Welcome to another episode of Street Ethics TV Podcast. Today we diving deep into how social media has reshaped the landscape of street culture and the ethical considerations that come with it. In our first segment, the new face of street cred, we're going to be discussing on how social media has become the new battleground for street reputation. In the digital age, the concept of street reputation has transcended physical streets and entered the virtual realm of social media. Hear how this transformation is unfolding. Where once reputation was confined to local communities, social media platforms like X, Instagram, and TikTok offer a stage where individuals can showcase their status, achievements, or lifestyle to a global audience. The instant feedback loop of likes, comments, and shares translates into immediate recognition of infamy, much like how one's actions on the street will gain or lose respect. Just as street cred was once earned through physical feats or confrontation, social media has its equivalents with viral challenges or stunts. Participants gain notoriety or respect based on their performance or creativity in these digital arenas. Digital disputes or beefs are publicized battles of wits, words, or even diss tracks, where reputation is at stake, much like old school showdowns, but with a broader audience. Social media allows for meticulous curation of one's image. This digital persona can be as crucial as one's real-life reputation, with the added layer of control over how one is perceived. Influencers on these platforms wield significant power akin to local leaders or icons, shaping trends, opinions, and even behaviors, thereby gaining a form of digital street cred. The authenticity of online personas can be debated. While some gain respect for genuine accomplishments or content, others might use filters, editing, or even stage content to craft a misleading reputation. The community often polices itself, with individuals quick to call out inauthenticity, much like how street culture has its checks and balances for credibility. Actions on social media can have legal repercussions, affecting one's reputation in the real world far more than traditional street antics. Might have the scale of influence on social media can lead to real-world movements or shifts in cultural perception, making the platform a battleground where reputation can lead to tangible outcomes. Platforms like Reddit or certain corners of X allow users to build reputations anonymously, focusing purely on content or arguments somewhat reminiscent of the old school street wisdom where one's words or actions spoke louder than their names. In conclusion, while the battleground has shifted from physical streets to digital feeds, the essence of earning and maintaining a reputation remains. Social media has not only amplified the scale, but also the stakes, making it a dynamic arena where reputation is constantly in flux, influenced by visibility, authenticity, and community interaction. Now that concludes our first segment. Before we ask our audience 10 questions in our Q&A at the end of this show, we will be discussing in our second segment the double-edged sword of social media exposure right after this commercial break.
Yes, this is a podcast, not an ordinary one, but an extraordinary one. This is Street Ethics TV, a show with a unique perspective on what's happening in the world. Hosted by Comedy Tay and produced by Street Ethics Music Syndicate. Don't miss out. Tune into Street Ethics TV, your source for entertainment and inspiration.
Tired of the same old boring radio stations and podcasts? Introducing our new podcast, Street Ethics TV Podcast on Spotify and YouTube. Get your latest updates on hot new street culture and urban influences by Street Ethics TV Podcast, hosted by 323 Comedy Tay. Leave your comments in the comment section. Don't forget to share, like, and follow Street Ethics TV Podcast.
The double-edged sword of social media exposure. Social media platforms offer unparalleled access to audiences worldwide. Creators, businesses, and individuals can gain fame, followers, and financial opportunities overnight. Networking is easier, and the potential for viral content to launch careers or products is immense. With visibility comes vulnerability. The pressure to maintain a public persona can lead to burnout, and the constant need for new content can stifle creativity or authenticity. Immediate feedback from a diverse audience can help refine ideas, products, or personal growth. Engagement can foster community, support, and validation. Negative feedback can be harsh and personal, leading to mental health issues like anxiety or depression. The platform's algorithm might amplify controversy, skewing the perception of one's work or character. You control what you share, potentially using social media to craft your narrative or support causes. Once something is online, it's nearly impossible to retract. Privacy breaches, doxing, or having personal information exploited are real risks. Exposure can also lead to unwanted attention or harassment. With a platform comes the influence of opinions to spread awareness or educate on important issues. This influence also brings responsibility, where missteps can lead to public backlash, cancel culture, or the spread of misinformation. If not managed carefully, exposure on social media can help in diversifying voices and bringing underrepresented stories to the forefront. Algorithms can create echo chambers where users are only exposed to similar viewpoints, potentially radicalizing opinions or misunderstanding the broader societal context. In essence, while social media can be a powerful tool for exposure, it demands a careful balance of authenticity, privacy management, and resilience against the potential downsides of public scrutiny. Now, what we will be featuring on our episodes is a 10-question Q&A for our audience and our supporters. So let's get right into it. Question 1. How do you think social media has changed the way people earn or prove their street cred compared to the pre-digital era? Question 2. What's more valuable today, a reputation built in the streets or one crafted through a strong social media presence, and why? Question 3. Have you ever seen someone's street cred get made or destroyed by a single viral post? And if so, what happened? Question 4. Do you think likes, followers, and retweets are the new currency of respect, or does real world action still carry more weight? Question 5. How do you spot authenticity online when everyone's trying to flex their street cred, and what's the giveaway for a poser? Question 6. Has social media made street cred more democratic, giving anyone a shot at building a rep, or has it just amplified the same old power players? Question 7. What's an example of someone who's mastered the art of turning their real-life street cred into a social media empire? Question 8. Do you think beefs and battles over reputation on platforms like X or Instagram make street cred stronger or cheapen it? Question 9. How much of today's street cred do you think is performance versus reality, and where is the line drawn for you? And number 10, our last question of today's show and our Q&A. If you were advising someone young trying to build their rep today, would you tell them to focus on the streets, social media, or both, and why? This will end our show for today, so leave your answers and comments in the comment section of this episode. And if you have any questions about today's show or any questions about today's Q&A, leave your comments in the comment section also, so we can chat and chop it up on our next episode of Street Ethics TV Podcast. Subscribe to Street Ethics TV Podcast on our YouTube channel and follow Street Ethics TV Podcast right here on Spotify.